Discovering sociology has been about understanding our social world. And in this chapter, the final chapter of the book, chapter 10, we remind you where you've come from, the journey you've taken to understand the social world, the data we use to understand the social world, and the impact that sociology can have. And this impact comes in multiple forms. It comes in the form of a social movement, and a social movement, a group of people who are vested in changing a social or political structure, often use social policy. Chapter 10 dives into social policy. It provides an examination of the impact of social policy and the experience that sociologists have with changing legislature. Social policy, of course, must be evidence-based if it is going to be considered good sociology. But there is a warning here, and that is because the way that most people learn about sociological discoveries, about sociological research, is not through reading the findings in an academic journal or even a textbook. The way most people come to sociology is through the reporting of sociological research in the media. You will be aware that in the 2016 presidential election in the United States, there was a great deal of concern over fake news. There is also fake news related to academic findings, not just within sociology, within academic disciplines as a whole. Chapter 10 helps you understand how to evaluate a news story and determine whether the research that is being reported in there is valid research or whether it is indeed just fake news. And this is part of discovering sociology. Because sociology is an ever-evolving field, we must understand the techniques and the findings are also evolving. We, the four authors of this book, are seasoned sociologists, but we feel that we are continually rediscovering sociology, and we hope to have shaped this book, and particularly this last chapter, as a synopsis of how you can understand, evaluate, and take the sociological knowledge that you have developed from this book and apply it to present-day issues and future-day concerns. So whether you are an undergraduate taking a degree in sociology, whether you're just taking a one-off sociology course, or have come to this textbook by any other method, we hope that this textbook, with 10 complete chapters that are relevant to sociological knowledge today, will help you be a better consumer of data, information, and analysis when it comes to social matters. Society and sociology are often controversial. Throughout the textbook, we've highlighted a number of controversial research areas and a number of controversial propositions. We have, for example, looked at monogamy and whether monogamy is truly good for relationships. We've talked about gender segregation in team sports, less rationality in the world, ethical dilemmas of research. And we hope that these provocations have inspired you to think more critically, particularly when your mind is in a state of cognitive dissonance. Because if there is one thing that sociology is good at, it's making a division between the way you feel from your socially constructed emotions and the way you think from the data and evidence and logic that you collect about a particular topic. And what you do with that dissonance between your feelings and your thinking is the product of sociological output. This is the project of taking sociology and turning it into a political or at least a personal change.